What is up, everybody? Hello and welcome back to the channel. On today's review, we are going to be talking about a new Netflix series unlike anything I've ever seen out there, and it's dealing with some anthology horror, and not what we've seen in America style anthology, but South Korean style. What are my thoughts about it? Stay tuned for our review of the new Netflix series Goedam, which I'm probably saying wrong, but Goedam. Anyway, stay tuned for our review on that. So Goedam is a horror anthology unlike anything you've seen before as far as anthologies. We in America are used to anthologies. I mean, obviously, if you look, Creepshow, is a horror anthology. Most people know. If you look at VHS, which is a more modern one, you got the ABCs of Death. You have Tales from the Crypt, which is kind of like an anthology here and there. It's just stretched out over, entire episodes that don't really have too much to do with each other. Tales from the Hood is a very popular one, unlike its sequel, Tales from the Hood 2. So we've had our fair share of horror anthologies. Nothing new here, but this is different because it's dealing with Korean or South Korean horror, which I'm not used to really seeing. Now, my first initial thought was like, oh, this is J-horror, but it's pretty gory, and that's not how J-horror normally is. J-horror is very spooky, and it deals with a lot of ghosts and entities and things not being so gory. But this time around, we have this being sort of a South Korean horror anthology. When night falls on the city, shadows and spirits come alive in this horror anthology series centered on urban legends. Now, that's pretty cool in itself. Having an anthology be sort of based upon urban legends, I think that is really unique, and it brings you into this world of urban legends that are, Korean urban legends, as opposed to what we have in America, which is more stuff like, I guess, Bloody Mary or Step on a Crack. The rest. I'm not going to say it. I'm a little superstitious. So I'm not going to say that. Or urban legends like, what is it? Like flashing your lights at cars. I mean, there's a whole list of them. There's actually even a movie called Urban Legends 1 and 2, which is an actual great slasher. Maybe one day I'll review Urban Legend. This one it's based upon South Korean urban legends, and each episode, and there's 8 episodes, are actually only 8 minutes. So you can pop this on and finish this entire season like really quickly. Now, some people really like that, and some people really, really hate that. Me, on the other hand, I really enjoyed that they were short. I like that they got in, they gave you an episode, another episode, before you knew it, you were almost through with the entire series. And that's where I'm finding a lot of problem with shows nowadays. Like, I'm sure there's great shows out there that I haven't watched, but I just don't want to sit here and watch 3 seasons, 14 episodes each, and it's just like, it's going to take me, it's going to take me a long time to sit down and watch stuff. I like that this was bite-sized. I like that you can just get in, watch it, enjoy it, observe it. If you like it, you can dig a little more into the details. If you didn't like it, it's not going to ruin your entire day just because you spent probably an hour or an hour and a half watching this or something like that, maybe even less time than that. There's 8 episodes, and I actually enjoyed all the episodes. There's a variety. I've read a few reviews where folks were saying it's the same scenario. Well, it's a horror anthology. It's not going to reinvent things, and there's not going to be more than, it's a setup, there's a ghost or whatever it may be, and then there's the end. And yes, that's kind of the scenario throughout the episodes. It's the same kind of format every time, but it is a different urban legend they take on. While you're watching through these 8 episodes, you might say, okay, it's just self-contained. Each episode just goes by. These have no connections. But then as you watch more and more and you go through the 8 episodes, you kind of learn, hey, wait a second, like this is mentioning something that the other episode was. And hey, this character or this location is used is the same location from this episode. So it's kind of a connection here and there. It's not like in your face, like how we would in America make it a little obvious, but there are connections between the episodes, and basically like the whole world of Goedam is kind of all involved in the same world it's going on. And in fact, I did read a review, and I'm not quite sure if this is spot on, but they said if you watch the episodes backwards, it makes more sense and things have a more cohesiveness to them. I'd be interested to try to do that and watch it backwards and see how it goes with one episode leading into another episode. It'd be kind of interesting to see how that goes. But my dislikes about this, now, it's the only dislike I would say is 8 episodes. I'd much rather preferred if they made it 5 episodes and maybe stretch the episodes that they have a little longer, maybe 2 or 3 minutes more. The episodes don't have a lot of context to them. It's here's a person, here's the spirit, the entity, whatever it may be, the urban legend, here's the death. That's it. And it goes off and you're just like, wow, I would have loved like a little bit more, just a little bit, just a smidge more on this episode or these episodes. And you find yourself saying that every time it starts up another one. You're like, okay, where are we going on in this adventure? It's over. Okay, I wanted a little bit more, and that was my only dislike about it. I just wanted a little bit more out of the series, a little bit more on the episodes. I did enjoy that they were bite-sized. Episode 8 is the longest in the series. And it does a fantastic job of building this character in this world and kind of telling that story. So I understood why that was the longer one in comparison. I'm excited for a season 2 to come. For this being South Korean horror, I was not expecting it to be as gory as it was. And oh my, when it gets gory, it gets gory. There are some things that happen in here, like head smashings. Well, not brutally, but there's some really bloody, gory moments in here that happens, and some of the just freakiness of the entities and the ghost I found really terrifying. Not terrifying like I couldn't sleep that night, but terrifying like I found myself going like, what the hell am I looking at? Like, this is really weird, this is freaky, this is scary. Yeah, I enjoyed my time with the series. I had no complaints other than I wish some of the episodes were a little longer. And that is my thoughts and my opinions on Netflix's 2020 release, Goedam Season 1. Hopefully it gets a Season 2. That's my thoughts. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for all the support. And I'll see you on a video very, very soon. Peace out.